Here's one thing I've learned covering hockey for 34 years. Don't ever make a definitive statement. Don't ever say this is a 100%er, because definitely you're going to get caught. You're going to look like a fool. So for all of the people who last week said the Montreal Canadiens were worse than the Colorado Avalanche, how do you feel right now? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel maybe that you were making a little too much of the first 6 games of a preseason? And the same warning goes out to you right now who are feeling really confident after a 9-2 win over the Ottawa Senators that the Montreal Canadiens are now the 1970s Montreal Canadiens. Same warning, don't make definitive statements, don't get too excited. It was still the preseason. You know, it's always, what I've learned in over 3 decades, it's always somewhere in the middle. Always. When they're on a 10-game losing streak, they're not that bad. When they're on a 10-game winning streak, they're not that good. It's always somewhere in the middle. So as great as you're feeling about the Montreal Canadiens, heed Max Pacioretty's warning after the game tonight. Don't get too high because it was just a preseason game. And then he said, but yeah, there were some really good things. Here they are. Jonathan Drouin, you have to start there. A dynamic player. The last time the Montreal Canadiens had a player as dynamic as Drouin was Alex Kovalev. He and Drouin are the type of players that can get fans to rise out of their seats. What does he bring that's so important to this team? To the NHL, it's a rare breed. The player who can zone entry. The player who can bring the puck in, both 5-on-5 and on the power play where they lacked it so much last year. You bring the puck in with your ability to hold on, to shuck and jive, to hold players off, and gain control in the offensive zone. It is a massive, massive skill. And Jonathan Drouin has it, and it changes everything, especially on the power play. You know another guy who has it? Alex Galchenyuk, who hasn't really been around for a while. And here's why, in my estimation. He had a very serious knee injury. It's going to take some time. He had a serious knee injury as a 17-year-old when he was playing in juniors. He's feeling the same fear. It'll pass. This guy has mad skills. And if he can figure it out, it changes everything for the Montreal Canadiens. They are a way better hockey team when Alex Galchenyuk figures it out. Think about how skilled he is. Think about adding another 30 goals, 35 goals to the total of the Montreal Canadiens if he can figure it out. Get comfortable, find his confidence, not be afraid that his knee is going to give out on him again. It takes time, and we saw the first glimpses of it just now, tonight, that Alex Galchenyuk can find that old self. If he finds that old self, the Montreal Canadiens are a way better hockey team than they've been getting credit for before this season begins. Here's another really important point on the night. Victor Mete. It's remarkable to me how poised this guy is. His camp, and it sounds easy to say now, and people are going to say, yeah, Sergachev's not here anymore, so this is why you're saying it, but it's true. Anybody who watches hockey is going to tell you this camp was way better than Sergachev's camp last year. Way better. And Sergachev got a look before failing ultimately. We'll see how Mete does. And here's what you have to be concerned about. When the season begins, everyone will tell you that the game gets more physical. It's more about puck battles. It's more about brawn. And Mete gives away 40 to 50 pounds on some players. So far, that hasn't been a problem. He's got great vision. He's got great mobility. He's got a great head for the game. It's unbelievable how intelligent he is already, and he's only 19 years of age. It's phenomenal. I can't remember the last time I saw something like that, where a player was so intelligent on the back end at the age of 19. But can he handle it physically when the game becomes more physical in the regular season? It's going to be fun to watch it. Claude Julien wouldn't say tonight whether Mete has made the team. In fact, he told everybody instead he's going to take right up until Tuesday at 5 o'clock when he has to, and the general manager, give their final decisions to the NHL. But you have to think that Victor Mete has made the NHL. And what a great story it is, isn't it? He really deserved it. He was tonight 1 goal and 1 assist, a +4, and had 18 minutes and 30 seconds of ice. And when he scored, he put his arms like this, about that high, because it was the 9-2 goal. And he already gets it, that you're not supposed to celebrate. Even though it was the first goal at the Bell Center for Victor Mete, he understood the moment and he made sure that he handled it well. The kid's just I mean, he's everything. He answers every question right. He plays the great game right. He's just, I can't say enough about him. I just, you find yourself in covering hockey for a very long time that there are very few moments that stick out like this. And this moment sticks out. He's got it. He's got it. If he's not an NHLer one day and this is just a flash in the pan, I'll be extremely shocked. One other point, last one. Jacob de la Rose, I didn't know he had that offense in him. The second goal was just phenomenal, really. The shot that he took was a laser. I didn't know he had that shot in his bag. The first goal was more a JDLR goal. He took the shot, charged to the net, took advantage of a poor play by a goalie. But the shot itself, the second goal he got, that was some pretty impressive hockey. And you add his defense, his shorthanded ability, his puck battling ability, you can see why the coaching staff chose JDLR over Mike McCarron, over Peter Holland, and maybe over Torrey Mitchell. Though Claude Julien said the reason Mitchell didn't play his last 2 games is he already knows what he looks like. He doesn't need to see him more, but he did want to see more of JDLR. That coach has got it, you know. He's a smart coach. We in the media, we should give these smart guys some credit a little more often. They really know what they're talking about. That's why they achieve all that they do. All right, that's it for the preseason. 2-6 is the final count. 9 goals in 6 games, and then 9 goals in 1 game to conclude it. The season starts Thursday in Buffalo. Recruits will be in Washington on Saturday and New York City on Sunday. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Join us and tell your friends, please. We're going to have a great time this season. For Recruits.ca at the Bell Center in Montreal, I'm Brian Wild.